A lot of people are afraid of starting something new. A lot of people are also afraid of being successful. And we have to understand that all of us, we started from something that we didn't know how to do it. It felt as if the task is impossible ahead of us. And we don't have the qualifications, we don't have the character, skills, the money, the time, or the health to achieve such goals or plans in our life. I remember when I started to learn how to drive the car, and in the beginning it was so stressful and I absolutely didn't know how to drive, but with the guide of a proper instructor and with time, effort and endeavor, it was my time to take the first test that will show whether you get a driver's license or not. I passed the theory, I got ready for the practical test. We had some maneuvers in the, how do you call this, like a closed area where you have to show how you park, how you stop, how you do different turns. So I passed that. We drove into the city. We were driving around 40 minutes and I thought, it's awesome, I got it. I'm gonna have the driver's license after the first time I try, which, you know, feels like an achievement itself. And it was maybe 1 kilometer away from the office where the test started, and the instructor told me to take a U-turn. And I took a U-turn, but I was supposed to take it from the left side, not from the right side. There were two roads on the same street, and I failed. And I was devastated. I felt like, oh my god, it's so unfair, it's so bad, why did I fail, what can I do right now? I came back and I was, confident that, okay, I have to apply it the second time. You pay a small fee, less than before, and I think after two weeks later or 1 month, I don't remember exactly, I had my second test. You don't have to pass the theory again, it's just the practical. I've sat inside the car. I was supposed to take a turn backwards, and it was a different car than I drove usually, and I panicked so much that I failed. In the first 10 minutes, I failed the second time. And yeah, and I was even more devastated, but I thought to myself, well, what else I can do? I have to try the third time. And they say the third time is... So I invited my friend this time to come and accompany me so that I could feel even more confidence. And it was a good idea. My friend, he was there with me. He allowed me to talk through all the negative energy that I had, to understand what I have to do, and he told me that I will pass and everything will be fine. Shout out to Christian. And first I passed the practical test, then I went to drive the test into the city, and while I was driving the test with the instructor, I got nervous and I started to babble and just speak some kind of nonsense like, oh, the road is very bumpy today, and blah blah blah, there are many cars. And the instructor, he looks at me very serious and he says, if you're gonna say one more word rather than focus on the road, you're gonna fail. And that added a lot of pressure, but I couldn't stop, I had to continue. So I focused myself on driving, and somehow or other I passed everything. We came back to the parking place where the office is, and I'm sitting in the car, waiting for the instructor to tell me, oh, you failed again because you're yapping too much. And then he's looking at me and he's like, if you will not step out from this car in the next 5 seconds, you're gonna fail. This is your paper, thank you very much. And I took the paper and I was like, I passed, oh my god, I passed. Like in the movies, I just jumped up into the air and I said, I passed the test. And my friend was there in the back, he could see me and he was waving. And yeah, and I managed. So what I'm trying to say here is sometimes it feels like there's so many obstacles and we are not really achieving our goals, and it's so difficult to achieve them, and it even feels that we're failing, constantly failing, and everything is against us. But I can guarantee you that you're on the right path, because it's much better to fail a few times while trying to achieve your goal. Maybe change your strategy, ask for some help of other people, prepare better, learn from the experience, rather than, telling to yourself, oh, it's just not for me, I'll never do it. Anyway, I don't like driving, and I don't have enough money to buy a car, whatever. All those doubts were there with me. But I pushed through, I achieved my goals, and yeah, look at me. So now I'm driving, I have a car, and I'm extremely happy. It's a very useful skill. So never stop, believe in yourself, and just push through. Take care, all the best from John Carroll Coaching.